Hi everyone, it's Mrs. McGregor here. I'm in the garden this week. So our topic this week is the rainforest. So I thought I would do an assembly on something a little bit different. So if you were in the rainforest and you were there for a couple of days, or you were in a jungle or the woods, what do you think? Where do you think you might sleep if you were staying there for a couple of days? Yeah, that's right. You might have to stay in a tent or a den. And so this week I thought I would build a den with you guys, and then maybe you could have a go at building one yourself. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through some of the equipment that I've already got to use to make our den. If you can hear some noise in the background, don't worry, I've got some helpers this week. Aoife and Hamish might be helping out. So, I think Aoife's coming to join in. Okay, so she's going to help show what we've got. So we've got some rope here, and we're going to need that for our den. The other thing I want to say is that actually the kind of den we're going to build is a bit like Bivvy, and here's Hamish. Are you going to say hi, Hamish?
Hello!
Okay, so...
Hello!
I'm just going to press pause. Hi, back again. A little bit quieter this time, so I'm just going to finish telling you about the equipment that I've got, and then I'll get Hamish and Aoife and Mr. McGregor back, and we'll all have a go at building the den together. So I was just saying that we're going to build a den, but actually it could also be called a bivvy. So if you were in the armed forces, if you were in the Navy, or if you were a Marine and you were going out on exercise to a jungle, or even just wanting to take lightweight equipment with you instead of obviously a big massive tent which is quite heavy, you might make something called a bivvy, which is going to look a little bit like what we're making today. So I've got some rope, because this is actually going to help me hold up the material that we're going to use to make the den. If you didn't have rope, you could use some sticks either side to try and put your material over the sticks. But what we're going to do, we've got rope with us, so we're going to use it, and we're going to tie our rope round some tree trunks or around some solid points, and then we're going to put our material over the top. So let's have a look and see what other things we've got. Oh, I've got more rope or twine here, so we've got plenty of rope if we need it. Oh, you might be familiar with this if you go camping. This is called a ground sheet, and it's got some eyelets in it that are metal, and then that means that you can put your tent pegs in it to make sure that it stays on the ground and it doesn't move around too much. And this just means that your body's not directly on the ground, and you're not going to get cold and you're not going to get wet. Just a bit of like insulation, a little bit of protection between you and the floor. Okay, what else have we got? So we've got our tarpaulin, and this is camo, or kind of like army colours. So we've got a camo tarpaulin. This is very large, and you'll be seeing it in its full glory a bit later on. So this is going to be the top of our den. Okay, so we've got the ground sheet, which is the bottom, and then this is our tarpaulin that's going to create the top of our den. If you were out in the jungle, you might not want to be spotted by anybody if you were Marine or in the army or something. So we've also got some camouflage here. So if we wanted to try and hide, be inconspicuous, so that or we wanted to just blend in with the rainforest or the jungle, a bit like some of the animals that you might find out about this week. They use camouflage. See if you can tell me about an animal that uses camouflage to protect itself. So we've got some camouflage here so that we can blend into our surroundings. What else have I got? Oh, got a little bag, and in my little bag I've got a few tent pegs just to hold everything down. If it's windy or rainy, I don't want all my materials going everywhere, so I've got that. And then in the side here, a few things. I've got a trusty old mallet here. Hamish likes using this, and then you can bash and bang your tent pegs into the ground to make your den secure. Oh, we've got a little mug here, just in case you need to have some water or hot chocolate at some point on your camping trip. And anything else? I've got a few other things here that aren't going to help me build my den, but just make it a bit more fun. So we've got some camo paint here, so we can all blend in. So we can put some camo paint on as well. And then I've got this little jar here and some straws, and this is so I can go bug collecting as well. So lots of things that you might want to have a go at this week. Right, I'm going to say bye for the moment, and then I'm going to get everybody back, and hopefully we will try and build our den and show you how we build it. Okay, see you in a bit. Bye. Hi everyone. Okay, so before we get started with actually building our den, Hamish has decided that he wants to put some camo paint on. So we're just going to do a quick demonstration. Sorry about that, Aoife just decided to take the iPad. So we're going to do a quick demo of putting some camo paint on. Should we start with brown or green, Hamish? Green, okay. Right, are we ready?
Start with
Hi, we're back again. We're just going to do Hamish's camo paint, and we're going to start with some green. So I'm just going to put a little bit on my fingers. We don't need lots. And then I'm just going to do some stripes across his face. One on his nose, on his chin, then on the other side. Okay, let's move his fringe, lockdown haircut, or lack of haircut. So we've got some green on now. What colour do we need next, Hamish?
wow.
Some brown. Okay, you ready for brown?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we've got enough green on, so we're now going to do some brown. Then he'll be ready to help us build the den. Okay, so some brown again, not lots. And then there we go. And so now we're going to blend in with the leaves and the ground, because we've got brown and green on our face. Hamish, what colour are leaves?
Green.
Green. What colour's the soil and the mud?
Wow.
Yeah, so now Hamish is all camouflaged. Thank you, Hamish. Okay, we'll see you again in a minute when we're about to tie our rope up to start making our den. Okay, bye. Okay, we're back again. Mr. McGregor's here and he's going to help. We found a couple of posts in our garden. So now the first thing we need to do is attach our string or our twine or your rope to the posts so that you've got something to hang your canvas over. So we've got this post here, and Mr. McGregor is going to show us how to tie a bowline and tie the string to the post. So off we go.
Okay, so twine goes around the post. We're going to make a loop like this, and this is the rabbit and this is his hole, and he comes out of the hole, round the back of the tree, and back down his rabbit hole again.
Okay, and that way,
a bowline.
there we go, we've got a bowline. So this is a nice secure knot that our twine is now attached to this post, and we can now run this twine all the way along the garden, all the way to the next post. Okay, so we'll just follow Mr. McGregor down to the other side, and then just over there he's going to attach the other side of the string. Okay, so he's going to pull it nice and tight so it's nice and taut, and then you can see that we've got a long line of rope across our garden ready to support the canvas for our den. Okay, so it should be now tied on both sides, and then the next step is to put the ground sheet down and to put the canvas down. Okay, we'll do that in a second. Okay, we've got our canvas here. This is going to go over the top, or our tarpaulin, and this is going to go over the top of our string. Okay, so Mr. McGregor's just going to unfold it. It's quite a big piece of material, and this is waterproof, so that if it does rain or if it's windy, then we are actually a little bit sheltered from the elements. Right, So there we go. We've kind of hung it over, and we're moving it along so it's in place for where we want it. Okay, what's the next step?
Now we're going to peg out the tarpaulin.
Okay, so we're pegging out our tarpaulin so that it's nice and tight, and we're then going to have some space underneath to kind of hide. Okay, I'll video you back again in a minute. Okay, so we're back again, and you might have actually noticed that we've moved our string further up, because actually, rather than making a tent structure, we decided that we just want to kind of make a canopy. We just want to have the tarpaulin so that we can put the ground sheet underneath, but it's not this side isn't going to be fixed to the ground. We're just going to have this side over here is fixed to the ground here. Okay, and then we're actually going to get some rope and make some guy lines, and then we can hold this out so it makes like a little bit of a roof, and that way that it's not, the tarpaulin's not going to look like your traditional tent, but it's just going to be a piece of tarpaulin that will cover us for the night. Okay, so we'll our next job, obviously Mr. McGregor and Aoife there are using the mallet to put the tent pegs in, and Hamish too. Good job, Hamish. Okay, and now once we've got this tarpaulin fixed to the ground here, we're then going to get the ground sheet and we can put that in place, and we're also going to put the guy ropes on. So Mr. McGregor's got the rope here that he's going to use to make some guy lines. Okay, so we're going to have to put these through we're going to have to put this rope through these eyelets. Can you see them here? And then we're going to try and find something in the ground to attach them to, and that way it just stretches out the tarpaulin and means that we've got a canvas over us for our den. Okay, we'll get on with that and then we'll show you a little bit more in a moment. Okay, bye. Okay, so I just want to tell you a little bit about the guy lines. So we've put a tent peg into the ground, and then we've used our long piece of rope to double it back on itself and do a figure of 8 knot here, and then this rope can go all the way into the eyelets, and then we've put it all the way along our den, and then we've got another tent peg at the other end where we've then managed to attach it into the ground, and then this way we've got a den where we've got one side of the tarpaulin straight into the ground, and then we've got another side which kind of opens it out a bit and means that you've just got a bit more space inside. As you can see there, Aoife's enjoying going underneath our den, and we've put our ground sheet down as well.
Crumbled up again now.
Okay, so I think the last thing we need to do once this is all sorted is put the camouflage over the top. Okay, so we'll just finish off these jobs, finish off getting these guy lines in, and then we'll put the camouflage on top. Okay, so we've got the final bit of our den now to put together. We've got the camouflage here, which Mr. McGregor is going to just throw over the rope, and then that will hopefully add to our camouflage effect for our den. So there we go, we're going to put that over. Aoife's just getting a little bit trapped underneath it down there. And then I'm just going to move over here so you can get a good view of our den that we've created. And then inside you can see Hamish and Aoife, and Hamish is enjoying an ice cream in our den. Yeah, so and then at the other end you can see the camouflage coming down so that they're really hidden. So if we were in a rainforest or a jungle, then we would people hopefully wouldn't be able to see us, and we could get rest, and then we could eat some food and have a little sleep. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that this week you guys get outside and make a den. But if not, you could make a den inside. So earlier on in the week, Hamish and I used a bed sheet and some tables and chairs, and we made a den in our front room. So whatever you've got, you can use it to make a den, and I would love to see all the different types of dens that you guys can build. Okay, and you could even enjoy an ice cream inside your den as well. So Bye.